Hello everybody, this is Mr. Martin Metcalfe. I'm Peter Knox. How you doing, Martin?
Very well, thank you.
What you been up to?
Writing songs.
Great.
Today.
Ah.
Yeah.
Are you always writing songs?
No, I'm painting sometimes, but I have been writing the last couple of days because my wife is out of town, so I can make it. The way I write is like I sort of like improvise a lot and vocally, and then I write whatever comes out of my head. I write it down. So it's a bit of a hellish racket, really, to subject anyone else to.
Right. So you just send her away?
I didn't send her. No. She chose to go, and I took the opportunity to.
I don't know if career is the right word for using when you're talking about rock and roll and art and stuff like that. But I was, whether or not it is, I was wondering if you would mind giving us a wee recap of what you've been up to over your life.
The life story.
Yeah, full life story.
Right. Well, we were talking about Bathgate before I came in, so it all started there. That's where I was brought up, and did my first gigs, in Ski Mullen's living room, age 15. That was the first gig, 1978.
Did you get a good crowd?
Well, it was his family,
Yeah.
So they were pretty positive about us.
Right.
And we in that first gig we had our own songs, a couple of own songs. We played all the punk covers that we did at that point, but we had a couple of our own songs, which was, I don't know, I mean, like, punk allowed everyone the door became wider to enter the world of what people will call art now, songwriting. But prior to that, most people thought they couldn't do it. It's something, it's mysterious, very mysterious sort of thing. But because the punk bands came along, it was very simple to see. You would see what they were doing. You could see how they operated within the song. It wasn't complicated, so it kind of opened the door to songwriting. And that's a long time ago now.
Yeah.
And from then we just there were no recording studios in Bathgate. There were no rehearsal rooms in Bathgate. And I think there still aren't any there. But we got our own place eventually. We rehearsed, and we found a producer, a studio in Edinburgh, and recorded some songs there and demoed them. And we just kept demoing for years, really, until the producer guy, the engineer, Wolf Smarties, very famous guy in Edinburgh, he started getting management in to look at the bands, so
he had connections, and he
thought
found
you guys connections.
Were interesting.
Yeah, he found connections, and mainly because of the way the business was, there wasn't a lot going on in Edinburgh either. So these people came through from Glasgow and picked us up, and then we had an indie record out, and then we just moved forward, got a record deal with Goodbye Mr. Mackenzie, and then we toured Britain, then eventually we toured Europe, and then after that we broke up, and we toured America under a different name, Angelfish, with a sort of stripped down version of that band.
Right.
And then Shirley got her deal. I went into rehab.
Right, okay.
She became uber famous, and I had to start again, really, from the beginning, I suppose. That's the way it was.
Had you been enjoying the rock and roll lifestyle too much? Or
not too much. No, I don't think that's possible. I just, but I suppose I did take it too far.
Right.
Shirley was more recreational in her behaviour. I became more kind of cyclical about it. And others in the band actually, it didn't seem to affect them as much as me. But there you go. It's just the way it is. Singers do tend to. There's a lot more pressure on a front person than even other band members actually realised. So I think that was part a contribution, yeah.
And so there's been a few bands since then, hasn't there?
Yeah, let me think. Well, the first reincarnation of Goodbye Mr. Mackenzie was Angelfish, which had Finn Wilson, Derek Kelly, and myself, bass, drums, and guitar.
And was that the one that you did an album produced by
the Talking Heads, yeah, or to the Talking Heads. Chris Francis and Tina Weymouth, the rhythm section from the Talking Heads, produced that
like
album.
the Tom Tom Club crew?
Yeah, they had that band, and they had the Talking Heads also. So we recorded that album in their house in Connecticut.
All right, okay.
In America. They had a big studio, fairly big studio above their garage, and we recorded the backing tracks in the living room.
And were they fun to just hang out with and
They
stuff
were,
like that?
they were really great people.
Mm-hmm.
They really were. And at that point, we supported the Ramones, and we'd supported Debbie Harry and Chris Stein from Blondie.
Have you got any Ramones stories?
Actually, we never met them.
Oh, one of those ones.
I don't think there would be any stories. They were just a hard-working unit that didn't do very much. The only person that was outrageous was Dee Dee Ramone, and he'd left the band by that point. Dee Dee was an addict and a male prostitute when he was young, and a lot of crazy stuff, and also the most creative guy in the band. But he'd gone, they couldn't get on anymore, and they had a new guy called C.C. Ramone, a young bass player, and they were just really what they were was a solid little factory unit that just toured, recorded, toured, and their guitarist Johnny Ramone was just like a hardcore sergeant major.
Right.
They had to come in on time. They couldn't get out of line on tour. He'd been in the army, and he'd been a construction worker, so he was quite a tough guy, and he couldn't handle any lack of discipline, which is another reason that Dee Dee had to go. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we supported the Ramones in a couple of gigs in America, 3, 4, something like that. Toured with Debbie Harry in Britain and lots of other bands as well. We supported a lot of other bands. Did our own tours, and met these great people, and then I kind of had to start again, and that's what happened. I started from, and when we came back kind of naturally. I started writing again, and then we started thinking about what we wanted to do, and then I met this lovely lady called Stacey Chavez, who I'm now married to, and she wanted to sing, so I said, all right. It was a little bit like Angelfish, except in reverse. When it was like Garbage, except in reverse. But they have 3 American guys and 1 Scottish singer, and this was like 1 American singer and 3 Scottish guys. It was just like a bizarre sort of mirror. And we made 3 albums with Stacey, and so now we're back. 3 core members of Goodbye Mr. Mackenzie, and myself singing again.
You must all get on all right, eh?
We do, yeah, we do. We toured Europe in a camper van at one point. We toured Europe about 3 times, 4 times, and the camper van was great. We got on really well. As long as weirdly enough, that we had a French tour manager, and he couldn't understand why all we played was country and western greatest hits. And it was because we just couldn't face each other's taste in music, really. So we had to pick something that was really like so kitsch and cheesy and easy to listen to that we wouldn't fall out about it.
Right.
So that's one compromise, and it's great. Stand by your man. We heard it so many times. We started to discover new things about these songs. Like she sings a line that goes, "He'll have good times. No, you'll have bad times, and he'll have good times doing things that you don't understand." I was like, what is he doing? Is he making a spacecraft in the garage? Like, no.
Yeah.
So like, it was a different.
It's running on a particle accelerator, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you've got a new album,
Mm-hmm.
Filthy Tongues. Tell us about making it, how it came about. Is it just you write all the songs, or is it a jamming thing, different ways?
It's not a jamming thing. We don't do that at the moment, largely because our drummer is in London,
right?
And he's my co-writer, really. And Finn, the bass player, lives in Peebles, so it's kind of like it's a bit of an effort to get us all in the same room together on a regular basis. So when we do rehearse, we have to do hours. Really, we have to really put the hours in. And jamming isn't really something that we've been doing a lot of.
No.
So we just write songs and send the files back and forward and build the songs up. We do Skype and we just kind of do a long distance writing thing, which is pretty strange, really. I suppose we never, it's not something. But it's not that different to what we used to do. Was we get together in a room, myself and Kelly, and we write songs, and then we'd record, we'd jam like you're talking about, and then go our separate ways and work on them in our flats, in separate flats. But I went off on a kind of painting thing, a kind of tangent. And Kelly was working away on material, and he was getting frustrated with me.
Right.
So he worked on material, and then eventually I came out of this period of intense kind of painting, and we started to focus down on what we were doing, and we're a bit on the perfectionist side, and you can't have it. It just doesn't exist. Perfection doesn't exist. So, and when you work with a computer, there's a temptation just to keep tweaking, and do that sort of thing. So, eventually we gave ourselves, some genuine deadlines, and it was. I think that the old. There's an old kind of cliche that says great works of art are abandoned, not finished, and it's just like when you've got to leave it alone, you leave it alone, kind of thing. So this time we're hoping that the next record will be, a bit quicker. We'll focus more directly on that. I'm still painting, but I'm kind of restricting it to certain points in the year.
Right. Okay.
So yeah.
And you made a couple of cracking videos to go with some of the tunes. Yeah. Do you want to tell us a bit about how those done? They look great.
Yeah. Well, that was done with Nexus Productions down in Leith. We've known Pete Doris for years, so we were like, how much is it going to be? But we were, prepared to spend a little bit of money on doing a decent video this time.
It shows, yeah.
And the guys who were involved were really amazing. There's an additional 2 crew that come in and, on the first video anyway, and did all the sort of. There was a little bit of animation. I don't know if you noticed it, but there's a little sort of vial of perfume with a skull head on a screw, and it comes out.
It's taking ages. This is video for
Long
Long
Time
Time Dead.
Beautiful. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, yeah, we were pleased with those videos.
Oh, great. You're a Long Time Dead. Do you think life's too short, or maybe it's just about right?
Life, it really depends. Life is too short. It is too short, but not if you're infirm. It's only too short if you've got your health and you can get from A to B without,
Yeah, you need a bit of
whimpering
quality
with pain.
over the quantity. But if you could live to say about 150 healthily without, crumbling and falling to bits, just like be sort of this age, sort of middle-aged for that many years, do you think it maybe be a problem, like you wouldn't do anything because you've got so much time? Do you think the pressure of death makes us create?
I suppose it's a deadline.
Yeah, it's also a deadline.
It is a deadline. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm putting a lot of effort, a lot more effort in right now because mortality's there. My friend just died a couple of months ago. He was in the band in Bathgate, and it really brings it home. You've got to get on with what you've got to get on with, and make sure you give it your best shot, really. And I know from my mother's still alive. She's 92. And when they say that on people's deathbeds they don't wish they spent more time in the office, I find that not to be true, because my mother is still angsting about a painting that she didn't complete when she was in her 40s or 50s, and she's still pissed off that she tore that one up. So she's very legacy oriented family as well, but so I don't let that stop me working. I don't let that idea, the concept that you're going to want to have spent more time with your family than in the office. I'm probably more of there's a famous writer from the 1930s, Noel Coward, and he said work's more fun than fun, and I kind of find that's the same for me. Not that I really feel like I'm working. I know that I'm working when I'm emptying my studio of trash and that kind of thing.
Yeah, there's that point about using the word career for like writing songs and painting and stuff like that.
But it isn't easy. It's not an easy life. People think it may be easy. They also probably think that you're wealthy, because if you're famous, you must be wealthy. That's the kind of conclusion people come to really quickly.
Getting to rehab doesn't come cheap.
Well, I didn't actually. I didn't go to one of those rehabs that cost a lot of money.
Yeah, but getting in that state in the first place.
Yeah,
costs
that's
a lot
expensive. That's you basically spend. I drank and drugged. I drank a house. I had a mortgage when I was in the band in Goodbye Mr. Mackenzie. I got a mortgage, so it seems like an economical thing to do, but not if you drink the payments, that kind of thing. So there's a lot of devastation and baggage and carnage in the past. That that's an expense of sorts. It's definitely you pay a price, and the relationships as well. So yeah.
It's a shame you can't claim that back as like a work expense as part of the tax or something. So your mum was a painter. Was it a creative household growing up? Is that?
Well, she was really creative, yeah, but not professionally. She was a dabbler. She was a great piano player. She came out of poverty, but somehow her father, before he became, he suffered from an industrial condition, and then he couldn't work, and they had to. It was before the time of before the social services were there, or before benefits were there to help people.
Welfare state.
They had to. They had to claim from the local parish. But so before that, she was giving piano lessons, and she was regarded as a prodigy, which I don't regard myself as gifted or anything like that. But I think she was.
Yeah.
And she was a painter, and she liked to write poetry, and she liked to write stories, and just like to show off.
I suppose creating stuff is maybe a kind of way of getting higher to the world or something.
Yeah.
You talk about legacy, it's like maybe a bit of immortality through your work and stuff. So I was looking at your website, and you've got quite an interesting thing going. You can pay up works of art. Is that right? That's a brilliant idea, I think. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I think there's an organisation that does that, which is where I got the idea from.
Right.
They sponsor it. I don't know who they are. You can probably look up on the web where there's an organisation that takes artworks and offers them, to be paid up over a period of time.
Wow.
So I just thought I'd just do it directly,
Yeah.
Because the price that my works, how my work is priced is a bit expensive for most people. Expensive for me.
Yeah.
I've got a good friend who's a fantastic painter called Henry Fraser, and I was speaking to him, and he was saying, "Yeah, my paintings are so expensive, I can't even afford to keep them. The ones I like.
Yeah.
I would just be, I wouldn't, I wouldn't be able to pay the bills if I hang on to my paintings." So, I just thought it was a good idea to pay up.
It's a brilliant idea because, get your washing machine and your telly and all that, but if you want some nice original works of art, then you're kind of screwed unless you can do it, unless you go to martinmetcalfe.com and go for it that way.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you'd like to get off your chest?
I don't know. We've come at the end of the year, so it's been a busy year doing the album and kind of small scale tour of Britain. And next year there'll be more of it. There's nothing really to talk about at the moment, apart from the gig next June in Glasgow. That's the only real one.
All right, where's that?
That's in the ABC2.
Brilliant.
Or O2 is it called? And also we support the Skids next year.
Oh, great.
We are doing the 40th anniversary tour.
Oh, brilliant.
And we're big fans of theirs.
Yeah, of course.
And so we're supporting them in Scotland.
Right.
So that'll be I think actually the Edinburgh show's already sold out for next May. Glasgow one's a bigger one, so probably tickets left for that. We're really looking forward to that, and hopefully we'll get our album finished a bit more quickly than the last one.
Right, so you'll be doing that next year?
I'm doing it now.
Yeah.
Hopefully get it out next year. But yeah, it's been a good year. It's been really good.
Yeah. So here's to 2017. Martin, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Cheers.